Hey everyone, Kathy the Vegan Prepper here, and today I'm outside just reheating some leftovers in my sun oven, so let's go ahead and check it out. Vegan Prepper, Vegan Prepper. Okay, so it is set up in its usual spot in the yard. And then here you see the little sun indicator. I have to film from behind because if I film in front, it casts a shadow and you can't see it. But I put it over on one edge. I know the sun is traveling in that direction, and as the sun travels, this little indicator moves with the sun. And so when I put it all the way on the edge, kind of knowing which way the sun is traveling, I'll give myself a solid half hour. I'll come out here and check it again, and that indicator will still be in a good spot. But it'll just be over all the way to the other edge, and then I'll shift the sun oven that way a bit and give myself another half hour. But today theoretically shouldn't take too long because we're just doing leftovers, so I don't expect this to be a long process today. I was actually wondering if this is even a video worth making, but you know, like, we don't own a microwave, we heat with our oven, and I just have many reasons that I'm wanting to utilize the sun oven more throughout this particular summer to save as much power as possible in the house, not only from the actual running of the oven, but from the heating of the house and then making the AC come on more. And then also I am realizing, because I'm out here also trying to get some work done in my yard, that having my cooking going on outside is actually like kind of handy. So I'm just sort of out here. We've been clearing a lot in the garden. I'll try to show you a little bit. There was a lot of weeds and stuff. We're weeding. We have trimmed back a lot of plants, and we're just getting walkways clear so that we can move, and getting ready to get a whole bunch of stuff planted for summer. So that is a lot of the work that I'm still doing out here today. And so yeah, I'm having my leftovers just cook out here, and it's so nice, the sun oven too. You're not worried about like burning anything. You're not worried about leaving a stove unattended. If I should have, you know, some child has a crisis and I have to go inside and deal with something, you know, like, that is not a big deal to leave this out here. Even if I forget about it, it's not a big deal to leave it out here. And so it is just a really handy thing to have. And so I'm basically going to be using this not only to experiment with and cook kind of brand new dishes, which are probably more exciting and would get more views, but I'm just going to be using it kind of for everyday normal life. Like I said, just reheating some pasta that we made yesterday, and that's what I'm going to be using this thing for today while I'm getting some work done. So anyway, I will show you what everything looks like as I get it in, and then I will tell you how long it took to get everything heated up. And yeah, that's good information to have. And then just as a fun little tidbit, I was just standing there talking to you. It went all the way now to almost 200 degrees. So this thing preheats pretty fast. And you can see actually that the little thing has barely moved, if at all, because it really has been almost no time. And I have not adjusted this since I started filming. This is genuinely how fast this thing has preheated or begun to heat just in those seconds I was talking. Just one more really fast note, because of the fact that we are growing, for which I am so grateful, and we do now have some affiliations attached to the channel, all of which are 100% on the up and up. Like, I will never try to affiliate myself with or sell anything that I don't truly believe in, but I do just want to point out, for like, at least for right now, I am not at all even remotely affiliated with sun oven. I'm sharing this information because I think it's good information, and I think this is a really great piece of equipment to have. And that opinion is the opinion that I have before any potential affiliation may exist, because it doesn't exist right now, and that's my opinion. So if it ever does come up, mark the date. I thought that before I was ever affiliated, but yeah. Okay, so here is just leftover pasta from the weekend. I tried the Tinkyata gluten-free shells, and they are fantastic. So I will see how they hold up to reheating today, and definitely give you guys an update on that. This is just a very simple pasta that I made. I had some hummus, some homemade hummus in my fridge from another dish I made. I made a lasagna, and the lasagna that I make uses hummus in the tofu ricotta, and it's delicious. And so I had to make a homemade hummus. It became way too garlicky. Like, I mean, we're all about no such thing as too much garlic, but honestly, this might have been the first time ever that the hummus had too much garlic in it. So I needed to figure out a way of using it without it being a like a dip. So it worked out really well in the lasagna. Spread out over the lasagna, it was delicious, and it gave a really wonderful garlicly flavor, you know, to the whole dish. And so I just thought, why not turn it into a sauce? And so that's basically what I did. I water sauteed a whole bunch of these peppers and kale from the garden, and then I added in the hummus and some water to make kind of a sauce. And then it wasn't quite salty or flavorful enough, so I added a little bit of mushroom stock. So this stuff right here, just a little, like a spoonful, maybe like a spoon and a half of, just like a teaspoon. Not like a measuring spoon. I mean, like, this is kind of like the tablespoon. I mean, like the teaspoon of a set. So anyway, it ended up being absolutely delicious. Everybody loved it. The only thing I think that could make it better was capers, but only my oldest boy and I like the capers. But actually what we ended up adding on ours, so we ended up adding this to the pasta, and it was absolutely delicious. And so this is just a brand new thing to us that we got from Costco over the weekend. I'm always on the hunt for a new fun sauce, and again, it's me and my oldest boy. We're the only ones who really like this, but this was absolutely delicious on the sauce. But I'm not going to put it on there when I'm cooking it, because my youngest son is one of the ones who's going to be eating, and he doesn't like that. So I'm just going to wait and put it on mine individually. But man, if you can find this sauce, it is an incredible sauce. It actually reminds me quite a bit of a ranch dressing, but it is definitely spicy. So this is my new favorite sauce dressing in the whole world. But I'm going to basically just add a little bit of water to this now. Not a lot, because you know, you don't need a lot. You don't have to worry as much about stuff drying out in the sun oven as you do like in the regular oven. So I sort of add just a little water, kind of move it around. And now I'm going to put the lid on, and this is going to go outside to cook and reheat and just make us some yummy lunch. And so also, if you guys watch the channel, you'll possibly recognize this dish from a thrift haul I just did. So this is also my very first time ever baking and using my brand new, to me, covered baking dish. And so this is gonna just be like the perfect size for just me and my daughter and my son for our food. Okay, so it hasn't been even a half hour yet, but the sun is pretty perfectly aligned with where it should be to get the maximum amount of heat. And so sure enough, it is all the way up to about 350. So hopefully this will be ready pretty quick. Okay, so it is in, and now I'm gonna go ahead and do the little shift that I was talking about before, and just move it over to all the way to the edge. I'm going to go inside and set a timer for about 30 minutes and come out and see what we're looking at. Okay, so it's been a half hour and the heat is sitting right around 300. I have readjusted my little window there, and I'm going to give it maybe 20 more minutes. I'm assuming it's not going to take that long, but even in my oven inside, reheating leftovers usually takes at least 30 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes at higher temperatures than just 300. So I think it makes sense that it's going to take a little while. I'm looking for that condensation on the door to let me know 100% that it's very hot inside and it has gotten cooked. So I'll give it another 20 minutes and come out and see if we have that yet. Oh my gosh, so super confusing schedule this week. My son has school. We thought he did not have school because it's testing. And the food still does not look ready. There's not condensation. So basically, I will give an adjustment to this thing. And I don't know, although I don't know, last time I made pasta, it was ready, I thought, or you know, like it was ready without it looking ready, and then the pasta got gross. I don't know. I'm gonna leave it, and hopefully I'm not gonna grossify this batch of pasta as well. The last time I did a baked pasta in the sun oven, it did not turn out well, but super confusing schedule because it's testing, and so his grade is not doing any testing, so his day is like every single day is a different day. And my husband looked at the schedule, and he was under the impression too, Elliot was under the impression too, today was what they call an asynchronous day, meaning they don't have school, but apparently they do have school, and tomorrow's the asynchronous day. So now I have to rush my son to school and leave my food cooking in the sun oven. So, hey, like I said, I'm not worried about it burning or burning the house down. That's hilarious that I mentioned that earlier in the video. Seriously, this is not made up like for views. This is legit what just happened in my life. So I'm gonna go get dressed. He is currently getting Sage dressed. I was hoping to be able to pull food in to give him some food. I'm gonna have to give him something else. So anyway, I gotta go, sorry. Okay, so back from taking Elliot to school, and we have condensation, so it should be done. So that took probably just a little over an hour total. So I am kind of hungry. I'm gonna go ahead and get this opened up and get this food inside. Oh, whoa, hoo, 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 hoo. The steam, oh, it smells amazing too, actually. It really smells quite delicious. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get this out with the oven mitts and get it inside. I'm very excited. All right, so we are back inside. I've got steaming hot pasta. Let's look at the bottom. The top looks like a little dry. The bottom, you know, it may be a bit mushy. I don't know, we're gonna try. But this is almost exactly what it looks like when it comes out of the regular oven anyway. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and serve this up into a little bowl and do a taste test. Here's the finished product with buffalo sauce, of course, and I'm gonna go ahead and give it a taste. Okay, so I got a little piece off the edge. It's still good. The pasta that is not chewy from drying out a bit on top is still a pretty decent texture. So I will say that the tinkyata shells are passing pretty much every test that I have thrown at them so far. Actually, the lasagna I mentioned earlier, I made out of the tinkyata lasagna noodles, and those are all brown rice pastas. And the awesome thing about it is I have not found a single gluten-free pasta as of yet that passes the cold pasta test until the tinkyata lasagna. So I don't know what it is. It's like, for me, cold lasagna is almost like cold pizza. Like, I love to just eat cold lasagna out of the fridge the next day, usually for breakfast, and then probably for lunch, and probably for an afternoon snack. I don't know, I just really love lasagna. And I really love cold lasagna in particular, and that tinkyata brown rice lasagna pasta actually did really well as cold pasta the next day. And like I said, I just haven't found a single gluten-free pasta I can say that about until now. So yeah, I'm very pleased with this. This is delicious. I want to tuck in. I am very hungry, and there's a little left for Elliot. He's so late to school. I'm picking him up in less than 2 hours again. And so he had like a little coconut yogurt and, not coconut, cashew yogurt and a little breakfast bar. And so if he's still hungry, which he probably will be when he gets home, there will be some pasta waiting for him. So anyway, I guess that's it. So overall success. Took about an hour of active cooking time, so maybe more like an hour and a half with the preheat. But yeah, so now I know that going into potential future leftovers in the sun oven. So anyway, as always, I hope the rest of your day is good and your life stays wonderful. Thank you so much for watching. See you guys later. Bye.